This is the DeAntonio D28 Open. Now DeAntonio, they're a Spanish yard, but they've got a UK agent in the UK now, based in Poole, Moonraker Yachts, and they've got two versions of the boat here. So this is the Open, as I said, and this is the Cruiser. We'll have a look at both of them. We'll start with the Open. Now prices for this Open version start from £160,000 including VAT, but this particular boat here at the show is £195,000 on the water. And the key thing about these models is that they have a bit of a trick up their sleeve, which is under this hatch. If I lift that up, there is an outboard hiding under there. This has got the single 350. You can have twin 200s as well. You can have a larger single and a smaller single. With this single 350, top speed's about 35 knots. The larger engines, you probably get 40 knots, absolutely flat out. But the nice thing about this is that you get the practicality and the ease of maintenance of an outboard, and of course outboard performance. But when this lid is closed, it's quite a weighty lid, I'll do it with one hand, you have a sun pad, as if you've got an import boat. So you haven't got that slightly wasted space you can sometimes get with an outboard boat. You have this nice sunbathing space back here, and this is a full walk around this version. The Cruiser has a different deck layout, which we'll look at in a second, but this is full walk around, so nice high bulwarks, and you can walk all the way around nice and easily, nice and safely, right up to this bow where you have this seating area. This table drops down, you have some infill cushions, so you can create a sun pad up here if you want. And of course right forward you've got your anchor locker, pop-up cleats. The finish is really nice. It's a Spanish company, the boats are built in Poland, but they do feel of good quality. So we carry on around here. Before we head back to the main part of the deck, if we open this hatch, which just about clears the table, you find this rather lovely heads unit. Now often on boats like this, these are just hollowed out, moulded spaces, really quite charmless, but it's nice to see that they've got some proper wood down here, some nice steps to help you down, a proper sink, electric sea toilet. It's very nicely finished, and this really transforms how you can use this boat. It's proper dayboat style, meaning you don't have to rely on shoreside facilities if you need to go to the loo, or if guests want to get changed in private, it means they've got somewhere to go down to that's away from the main deck space. We head back here, you have the helm station. It's quite a sort of stubby frameless windscreen, but actually you're well protected. You can perch using this two-way backrest as a perch if you want, but you can also flip this the other way so that you have a proper seat here. You fold this table back, and that means that this goes flush against here, isn't resting against the table, but it's in sort of seating mode now. So the table is fully opened, as you can see. Nice to see the literature they've got on board as well, very approving of that. But yeah, it's a nice clean helm design. Obviously all of your information is through this MFD. You'd have navigation through there and engine information. This boat's actually got the zip wake trim system, which is an optional extra. It's got a bow thruster as well, again that's an optional extra, and you've got your Fusion audio system down here, and then just a run of solid buttons so you can easily get to those things you're going to be using most regularly. We're moving aft, so you have the T-top. This is nice, it's sort of got a mesh finish up top, provides a bit of shade over the seating area, so having lunch in the heat of the day, you've got a nice bit of protection from the sun. You can have the T-top on the Cruiser version. The Cruiser's actually got the bimini on this particular boat, but you can have this T-top on that boat if you'd prefer. And under here, you've got lots and lots of storage. So you lift up this seat base here, and you have a sort of storage locker. Then underneath that, where you would have an inboard engine, if this was an inboard boat, that space in the hull is just a huge, huge storage void. So lots and lots of storage on this boat, and you can put your water toys in there, really make the most of using the boat in the day. So this really is the day boat version. It's great for days on the water in good weather. These walk around decks work really, really nicely. And it's a nicely finished machine. I think the looks will certainly divide opinion, but can't argue with the way it's been put together. But now let's have a look at the Cruiser version, and we can see where the differences lie. So this is the Cruiser, exactly the same engine options as the Open. This particular boat starts from about £173,000. This boat here at the show is £204,000. You'd pay £215,000 if you wanted the twin 200s. So you can see why a lot of people are opting for the single engine. Not only is it less maintenance, but also the purchase price is lower as well. One difference on this boat is that you get the carbon flagpole here. With the T-top, you'd hang your flagpole from above the T-top, so that's just one of the differences. And as I said, this boat's actually got the folding bimini, so that'll fold down flat, but you can have the T-top, as I said. Same sun pad arrangement, same table arrangement, same storage under here. Again, you've got the two-way backrest, so this seat can either face into the boat and be part of the dinette, or if you fold the table over, as I was trying to demonstrate on the open, you put these supports in, and then this backrest can go completely back the other way. So that gives you 3 forward-facing seats when the boat's moving along, so you can have 2 people sitting next to the helmsman at the helm. Now the helm arrangement is slightly different. It's a slightly smaller dashboard, it's off to one side, but similar in terms of the equipment. You've got the same Simrad screen, you've got your bow thruster, you know, you have the same equipment here, it's just a slightly different layout. And of course, this cockpit goes right to the edge of the boat's beam, so you haven't got the walk around decks on this boat, which means that you have to get up to the bow through the windscreen. But what's quite nice is they aren't sort of apologetic little steps. They're nice and wide, you've got a good handhold, and instead of having a walk-through windscreen, the whole thing drops down. So that's mechanical, it's not electronic, but you can see it slides down, it comes up this track, and then you have full protection from this quite tall wraparound windscreen. So you have a bit more protection driving this boat than you would on the open. Of course, the foredeck is less usable, but as you can see, this particular owner's got these bean bags here, so that space is a bit more comfortable, a bit more usable. Slightly more precarious to crew this boat because you've not got the tall bulwarks of the walk-around boat, but its access is pretty good, I have to say. For this sort of style of boat, getting up through the windscreen is a lot easier than it normally is. And the big difference with this cruiser is what you have down below, because as well as a proper separate toilet, you have an actual bed, and a comfortable looking bed at that. It's quite short, but actually it does extend quite a far way forward. But I'd say those who are well over 6 foot might find it a little bit uncomfortable. But it's really nicely done down here, and a lot of the time, you know, sub 30 footers with these sort of cuddies, the finish is quite basic, it's moulded out GRP, but this has got, you know, a nice proper Corian top. There's teak all over the place. It's got, you know, a 2-hole burner, a sink, you've got a bit of storage back here, there's a fridge down here. So you really could comfortably overnight or even weekend on this boat, really, if you wanted. As I said, the finish is nice. It's with stooping room only if you're 6 foot. So, you know, you can't stand up straight down here if you're of that height. But actually the fit and finish and what they've managed to fit down here in terms of facilities is pretty impressive. You've got a skylight above the bed, you've got hull windows on both sides, and you've even got glazing here, so that helps bring light in as well. This area here with the steps on slides across to become the door down to this area, but it's nice that this isn't just blocked off, it allows light to come in, sort of helps the feeling of space down here. There are 2 other layouts as well. There's a sort of more rugged version and there's a completely open version, but I think certainly in this country these 2 layouts will be the most popular, and they genuinely offer something quite different. So that's the DeAntonio D28 Open and Cruiser. We are planning to test both of these boats, so do look out for the sea trial coming up soon. I hope you enjoyed these tours. If you did, please hit the like button and remember to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss a new upload. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you on the next one.